It was a girl who auctioned off her virginity, and like, I don't know if I'm exaggerating, but it was in the millions. I'm like, damn, why I didn't think of that first? I could have auctioned off my virginity for millions of dollars. Are we here or not? Okay, we here. Hello all, and thank you all for tuning into another video. So today I thought it would be nice to talk about why I decided to be celibate a year ago. Come on, you can do it. Come on, cutie. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on, cutie. Come on. He's still thinking about it. He keep doing that. Like, if y'all could see him, like I could see him in my peripheral, he just... Like, if you don't want to double dutch, then get away from the ropes. So yeah, I just thought it would be nice to talk about the... Oh, he made it. Say hi to the people, cutie. Oh, he got a haircut, y'all. See, cutie got a haircut. Look at the camera. Okay, whatever. He got a haircut. It's so cute. Even though I like his hair long. I know who cuts their dog's hair right before the winter, right? So I have on the color of red, the color of passion, for a special reason. Today I thought it would be nice to talk about the reason why I decided to be celibate. You know, of course this isn't the first time I've done this, but I think this is the first time I've done this with this new mindset. Let's just get down to the nitty-gritty. This is the 5 reasons. Well, this is 5 reasons that I decided to share for the sake of this video. I made it 5 because I can go on and on and on and on and on about the reasons why I decided to be celibate. And I wrote it down. The first reason was that I never really noticed how contagious another person's energy could be. Oh yeah, I ended up with an STD. Terrible joke. But yes, a sexually transmitted demon. I know we thought that being a demon in the bedroom was a good thing, but I found out that it was not. I lost my virginity when I was 20, and I decided to take it back to my roots, take it back to my innocence, take it back to a time when I just respected myself a little bit too much. I needed to go back because it just was not working. That exchange of energy thing is really true. Like the energy that I got from other people, like what they talk about, the soul ties, that stuff is real. And I wish I would have knew about it before I was getting myself into the situations that I was getting myself into. Because I want to say I don't play about my energy, but that's the reason why I'm in this position now, because I was playing with my energy and I didn't even know I was doing it. Like, their energy was literally becoming my energy. Like, I literally felt that I could feel everything they felt, and not in a good way. You know when they say that it relieves stress? I felt like I was relieving their stress, and by relieving it, I feel like my body was taking on that energy, and my body was using its energy to replenish them. So I was taking that energy from them, and they were getting filled with my energy. So it was getting replaced. It was like, yeah, it was a reciprocation of energy, but I was getting the dirty end of the stick. And I ain't talking about the, because you know they had to wrap it up. That's why I'm kid free right now. Just kidding, but for real, like, yeah, I just felt like the reciprocation of energy was not equal, okay? I'm getting their energy and they're leaving happy. And I'm sitting there sad. I'm sitting there thinking I'm getting what I want, and it's not what I want. It was just not working, okay? I needed to sit down and I needed to reevaluate some things. So that leads me into my second reason, which is I needed to take a step back and think about what I really wanted. Like, what do you want? What do you want from these men? Let's start there. What do you want from these men? What do you want? And when I say these men, I'm talking about, what am I talking about? I guess when I had to think about what did I want from these men, which is the men from the past, I had to realize that it was something that they could not give me. They couldn't offer it to me. So I had to place my energy elsewhere. It wasn't working, okay? I needed to figure out what I really wanted, and what was in the past was not working for me, and it won't work for me now. I was just getting too deep into situations that I didn't want to be in, and it didn't feel right mentally, spiritually, physically. I needed to create a blueprint for my relationships and my future, my legacy. I needed a stronger foundation. I had to figure out why I was getting into the situations that I was getting into and cure my insanity. Cure my insanity, because clearly I was moving around insanely. Not saying that I was like getting it in a lot, but you know what insanity means, just doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So I needed a new approach. I would continuously like tweak my methods, but I just really felt like it was time for a bigger change, okay? It was time. That little tweaking stuff wasn't enough. I needed something bigger. So the second one, I will reiterate, it was basically I needed to sit down, I needed to get stuff straight, and I needed to understand what exactly I wanted in a relationship, or what exactly am I striving for when thinking about my future, thinking about my legacy, stuff like that. Like, I really needed to get down to the nitty gritty. I needed to sit there, because if I don't know what I want, then I'm just going to be getting whatever. You see what I'm saying? If I don't know what I want, then whatever is just going to be there. Like, and by what I want, I'm not saying like I want somebody 6'1", you know, in his sixes. He don't gotta be specifically 6'1", but like not physical characteristics. What did I want? I needed to make a list. Year later, yes, I'm still working on that list. Still working on it. Third reason that made me want to be celibate was that I wanted to use my sexual energy for good. Yes, I want to be Captain Save 'em. No, I'm just playing. Nah, I wanted to use my sexual energy for good. Like, I wanted to transform that energy and that desire into my goals, into manifesting the life that I really wanted, minus a man. Like, let me read what I wrote, because I have to break my thoughts down, because I gotta write it down, because sometimes I'll be trying to just be like, yeah, 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 from the top of my head, but then, you know, I'm more poetic on paper. You know, check out the skills. I wanted to use my sexual energy for good, basically use it towards manifesting. Oh, see, I got something right. That's exactly what I meant. I wanted to shift my focus. I came to a point where I was annoyed that men was always a topic that came up on a daily basis. Yes, I did. It really like bothered me. It was to the point where like I would like lash out, like, and not like to the point where like all men are dogs, but like I would lash out. Like, people would be like, oh, I just can't wait till I have a man to buy me this, and I have a man to buy me that, and da 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 da, and a man does this and a man does that. And I'm like, well, you know, we can get it for ourselves. You know, we don't need a man to do that. Like, I was one of those, like, we don't need men for that. Men don't need to da da da. Like, oh, snap. A man could, you talking about men? Like, it was pretty bad. Okay, I just know I needed some me time when I was attacking like that. I literally came to the point where I would try to make it a point not to bring up or talk about a man throughout my conversations with my friends, family, or anybody. I just felt like the topic of men took up too much of my mind, so I wanted to replace it with mantras, goals, and other positive things that was happening around me. I wanted to focus on healing and growing as a woman. Like I said, it was just taking up too much of my mind. Like, I just didn't like the fact that it seemed like every other conversation just had to be about a man. Like, why do we gotta always talk about men all day? Like, can't we talk about something else? Can't we talk about our future? Can't we talk about our goals? Can't we talk about ways to better ourselves without a man? I'm not saying that I want to have a lonely future, but I wanted other things to talk about. Like, I didn't want it to be, oh, this man did that, oh, this man did this, oh, this man did that, oh, he get on my nerves, oh, he irritated, oh, he did, oh, he... What about me, okay? It might sound narcissistic, it might sound self-centered, but what about me, okay? Why everything I gotta talk about had to be about me? Okay, I had to get to know me. Like, I just needed some time to myself. Like, they was everywhere and they wasn't there. Men was everywhere but not there at the same time. It was just like, I needed a break, okay? I needed a break. We needed a break. With that being said, the third reason was basically that I wanted to use my sexual energy for good. Like, I wanted to use it. I know I'm probably not the only woman who has thought this. Like, I don't really like him like that, but you know, I'm horny, so might as well call. I can call him real quick, and I just stopped by, got it in because I just felt like it. Like, no, I don't feel like it anymore. That's not what I wanted anymore. I know there are people out there who can split their mind like that, but I learned that I am not that type of person. I am not the type of person where we could just do this and it not affect this. Like, it's in there, okay? Instead of just calling somebody for something real quick, I would just work on something that would get me closer to my goals, get me closer to things that I want in the future. Instead of thinking like wanting to backtrack, I wanted to use that energy of wanting to backtrack, use that energy of being horny to benefit my life, not to tear me down or allow some energy that barely wants to be there to get in there and mess up everything that I didn't work for. No, thank you. I'm not bitter. I just have a new perspective on life and on myself. I have a new perspective on the men that I allow around me. I just have a brand new perspective. The fourth reason was I just wanted to get to know me. I wanted to gain control of who I truly am and strengthen my self-esteem. I wanted to make sure that my validity was coming from the confidence that I had in myself. Balance between saying thank you and appreciating a compliment and not accidentally fishing for them. So what I meant by that was, when I say accidentally, because I didn't notice that I was doing it until, one, I'll be watching TV shows, two, other YouTube videos, three, when you spend a lot of time alone, you have a lot of time to have flashbacks and just think back to the person that you were before you knew what you know now. So I would think back to times where I know that I'm a very beautiful person, but for instance, a dude would be like, you look very beautiful, and instead of saying thank you, I'd be like, oh, but my hair looks not that great. Oh, but my shoes are stupid. I'm exaggerating because now I don't really know, but something like that, of that nature. You look very beautiful. Instead of saying thank you, I would do one of those like deflection things. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? And dudes pick up on that, and you know what they do with it? Well, some of them take advantage of it. Yep. They take advantage of that thought process. You would think that you don't even know how beautiful you are. You would think that that's a compliment, but that's really like a you don't even know how beautiful you are. I'm about to drag you through the mud. All this beauty and you don't even understand it. Glorious. I got this girl, she got low self-esteem. She don't even know how beautiful she is. I'm gonna use and abuse it. But that was the vulnerable state I placed myself in, and I had no idea that I was doing it until I looked back at myself, and I'm like, never again will I allow myself to be in a position like that where I'm accidentally getting my validity from, accidentally getting my validation from a man. No, not anymore. I had to step back and understand that I am a queen and that I didn't deserve the treatment that I was allowing myself to receive. Like, this doesn't have to be my life forever. Oh, hell no. Yes, like, I didn't have to keep allowing men to treat me the way that they were treating me. And I had to stop and realize that. You know, thinking that we're doing good deeds, looking out for the little guy. I ain't trying to be funny, but, you know, just trying to, basically, just trying to help a brother out. Being too empathetic and way too sympathetic to the point where you're just being flat out disrespected. That's that. I had to reevaluate some things, and I had to get to know me, and I had to gain control of who I actually was. And I'm not somebody who would allow nonsense to happen to me continuously. Remember No Guidance? I don't wanna play no games, play no games. Give you my last name. Like, I don't want to play no more games, okay? I'm over it. I'm getting older. It's time to start thinking about what I really want. It's time to start to get to know me. It's time to start understanding that I am a queen and that I'm not out here entertaining these jokers, these jesters, dons. I'm not here for it anymore, okay? I'm over it. Over it. Oh, I see what I put here. I wrote a little side note. I'm like, what? I keep up with myself. Not trying to say that I had the worst self-esteem on earth. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say that I was just the most insecure girl on earth. But I knew that it was time for me to grow. It was time for a change, and it was just time. It was time for me to level up. It was time for me to level up my mind, my body, my heart, and my soul. It was time, okay? It wasn't right. And I felt this pain and heart and gut punches that life was throwing at me was because of the energy that I was putting out. So I needed to reevaluate, what type of energy am I presenting that is allowing this to keep happening to me? What energy am I putting out there that is making men think that they could walk all over me? What is this? What is this? Cause y'all got me up, okay? I had to learn my lesson and really understand how precious I was. I had to reconnect with my innocence. There was a pattern in the men that I was allowing to access me, and I wanted to make sure I took the proper precautions, stopped wasting my time in unnecessary situationships that drained my energy. I wanted to figure out truly what love was so that I'd be able to identify it when it was present, as opposed to fantasizing it in situations that had nothing to do with love, even though it was professed. Doesn't mean that that's what our situation possessed. Ooh, bars. And then also, okay, right here, I looked up the definition of possess. Literary means to have sexual intercourse with a woman. You know, that's a little vocabulary lesson there, because I didn't even know that. I'm looking up the word possess, because I'm like, that's not what our situation possessed. Fantasizing. I wanted to figure out truly what love was so that I'd be able to identify it when it was presented, as opposed to fantasizing it in situations that had nothing to do with love. Even though it was professed, doesn't mean that that's what our situation possessed. So when I use that word possessed, I'm like, what do possess mean? And then when I go look it up, talking about in literary terms, it means to have sexual intercourse with a woman. So not only are we falling into soul ties and sexually transmitted demons, now I got to worry about being possessed. Really? Really? It was a pattern. I really just felt like these situations was draining my energy. I had a very uncomfortable situation that made me realize that this is madness. But yeah, being celibate has definitely taught me a lot though. Quick recap. The first reason why I decided to become celibate is because people's energy is contagious, so I needed to be more selective about the energy that I was allowing near me. The second reason was that I needed to take a step back and see what I actually really wanted in situations. Like, what do I want? What do I want from a man? So that way it would be easier for me to identify it when it came along. So I needed to break it down. And not only that, when you see what you really want in a man, it makes it a lot easier for you to deflect too. Just hit him with a what? No. Oh, you're talking that nonsense? What? Stop. Because it's a lot of men in the world, okay? It's a lot of men in the world, just how it's a lot of women in the world. But what I'm getting at is every man or woman that comes your way doesn't mean that they have to stay. Bars. The third reason was that I wanted to use my sexual energy for good, and I wanted to use that energy that I had instead of just calling somebody for a quick fix. I wanted to use it to manifest. I wanted to use that energy to do other things that would benefit my life, not sexually, but like mentally. What would send me further? That's where I wanted to put that energy. I wanted to put that sexual energy into something that would send me further, something that would help me ascend. Not something that's going to keep me down on a mattress. Nothing like that. I was over it, okay? No mas. The reason why I decided to be celibate was that I wanted to get to know me better. I needed to get to know me. I needed to understand that I was a queen, and I needed to quit allowing peasants to be in my presence. And the fifth and final reason why I decided to be celibate was that I was just uncomfortable allowing somebody to... I was just uncomfortable allowing somebody to have that type of access to me again. So until I meet somebody who I'm comfortable with and who I feel safe with, and we have the actual bond and connection that will make me feel like I would like to take that route again, I definitely would like to be in a relationship before I do it again. As far as like being celibate into marriage, who knows? Who knows where my journey will take me, okay? I don't know. It's only been a year that I've been celibate. So I'm still growing as a woman, so we'll see. We'll see how long this season lasts. I don't really see me lifting it anytime soon, especially if I'm not in a relationship. I don't see that happening. Until marriage, I'm not sure. I guess it depends on who I meet. Maybe if I meet somebody else who's celibate who wants to wait till marriage. We'll see. Build another type of soul bond over a soul tie. So you can see how my quarantine went. Me, myself, and I, that's all I got, and in the end, that's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry, I took a vow, and from now on, I'ma be my own best friend. Me, myself, and I, that's all I got, and in the end, that's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry, I took a vow, and from now on, I'ma be my own best friend. Well, Dawson's gonna be my best friend too. But yes, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. Comment down below your reasons for being celibate. Comment down below and let me know how it's going for you. And yeah. Let me know some methods and remedies that you use for your celibacy. I don't really... You know what? Somebody comment down below and tell me how it goes dating while celibate. I haven't gotten that far yet. I mean, I've dated, obviously, as you can see on my previous videos. I went on literally a couple of dates this quarantine. Only a couple. And yeah, my cutoff game is strong. But it's also a different time for us right now. It's not that easy to just go out and find a man. And to be that comfortable with using social media. But, you know, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you all for watching. Bye.